All right, guys, welcome back to Mess Pack Dating. Today we are going to be talking about how to get more dates. The simple answer is more volume, more dates, more swiping, more cold approaches, and that might not be the answer you want to hear. You might want to hear the answer like, oh, watch a couple YouTube videos and manifest your dream woman. Jaron, why does that not work?
First and foremost, nothing in life works that way. So you hear people all the time, oh, I'd love to quit my 9 to 5, or I'd love to be income independent, or I'd love to have 6-pack abs year round with no effort, training, diet, correct sleep, or anything like that. Well, it turns out that to get anything good in life, you need to put in a little bit of effort. But the cool part about the dating thing is that you don't have to put in a lot of effort. Really, all you need to do is get a framework or strategy down, figure it out, adapt it, reiterate, and make it work for you. And then just kind of let the system do the work for you, which at the end of the day, the goal is volume, volume, volume.
Volume, volume, volume. Now, to get there might take a little work. I will say that as well, because it takes some time.
That's why we're here.
Momentum. Yep, absolutely. But again, once you get the system down, you don't even have to think about it. But to get there, right, I think we have guys that come to us who they get the one-nightists. They're like, man, I met a girl and she was amazing. And they spend so much time focused on this one girl when all that time they could be out doing 20 cold approaches and getting 15 numbers, right? They could be swiping for an hour and getting, 15 matches. So it really I guess for you, when was the moment you realized I got to stop fixating on this one girl and actually start to get more repetitions in?
It's been an ongoing process. So years ago, I got really into building my Instagram, getting professional photos, setting up my online dating apps. And then I saw literally almost overnight that my match volume went through the roof. Now, I already had fairly high matches compared to your average guy out there. But at this point, even to this day, anytime I log into any of my apps, I have dozens of matches waiting for me. So the value in that is that when you have options, you don't fall into the one-nightist mindset, like the example that Joel just gave. We have clients all the time say, hey, I was talking to this girl and then we were planning on going out, and then they start to build the fantasy in their head. And then they ultimately come to us to book an emergency call saying, oh my God, I can't believe she flaked or she ghosted or things were going well and it didn't go anywhere. And then that indicates to me that, okay, well, she's probably the only girl you're talking to. And the problem with this is that girls can sense that energy too. Whereas applying more of my methodology, girls flake and ghost all the time, but not as often as they used to. And the reason for that is that I have volume at the top of my dating funnel. So if a girl flakes or ghosts, that's fine. I'll open the apps, I'll get in Messenger, I'll get on WhatsApp, and then I'll see that, oh, okay, I have multiple options waiting for me. And then you just run them through the standard texting scripts and see who comes through.
Yeah.
It's really that easy. Whereas, there's maybe that one girl you build that fantasy oh no, I can't believe she flaked on me. And then it ruins the rest of your day or week or God, for some guys, even months or years they go on this. For me, once you have the volume going, it's okay, who's this chick? Oh, sorry, I can't make it. Sorry, who are you? I have another girl scheduled.
Yes. I remember, dude, that was my biggest struggle. It sucks so bad. I'd have my whole weekend planned for this one girl.
Yep.
And then she wouldn't come through and I'd be like, oh, I'm a loser. I'm not good enough. My heart would just sink. And now it's it'll sting a little bit for 15 seconds. So damn, now I got to reevaluate.
And then another girl pops up.
Or I'm just I'll just do something else. And I don't care. You just don't care.
A me date. I'm a huge fan of the me dates.
Yeah.
I remember a time in my life where it's oh my God, I can't believe this girl flaked. And it would ruin your night. You get a little pit in your stomach. But now if a girl, hey, sorry, something came up after work, whatever the excuse is, sorry, I can't make it. For me, I'm oh, what a relief.
Yes.
Now I have my entire night free. I can do stuff that I enjoy doing. And a lot of times in those situations, once I get involved in the activities that I enjoy personally doing, inevitably some other girl will pop into my DMs. And then I have the choice okay, do I want to continue doing the things I enjoy doing? Or maybe I want to entertain her as well. Yes. Or the next level is to just invite her to participate in what I'm already doing.
Yeah. And I think for a lot of guys, it's going to be a little far down. So that might not completely make sense, but no, it is possible and it can happen quickly. Like Jaron said in the beginning of the video, if you start getting out there, getting that volume, getting the repetitions in, because the name of the game with dating is experience. I think so many guys that we coach are hey man, I've been watching all these YouTube videos. I've been, practicing, I've been studying, and we're just how many approaches did you do today? And they're oh, I haven't done any in 3 weeks. And we're just
0.
Man, you can understand theory, but until you actually get out there and get the repetitions in, that's really when you're going to find the success, and you're actually going to find joy in it. Simon, for example, who you've seen on the channel, he the first couple of weeks, he wasn't having a good time. He was very nervous, but this last session we went out with, he was enjoying it. He had a really good approach. He talked for 10 minutes, and he was so happy after. And it was the first time he realized oh, there is like an upside to doing this. Like, it's
Yep.
not just like drudgery, which I think a lot of the guys think of when they first start.
Yeah, and another cool thing is that most guys aren't doing this.
Mhm.
You effectively have no competition. I date girls all the time and they'll say things to me like, "Hey, I'm glad you just cut to the chase. I'm glad you got to the point. I know by looking at you what you wanted, and I'm glad you were able to express that, verbalize that, and then actually have the gall to put this into action and make something happen."
Mm.
Girls definitely appreciate that. That will set you aside from the competition. And like I said earlier, you effectively don't have any competition once you have the skills down pat.
Yeah, yeah. You know, every girl is gonna have like a rotation too. Like it's very rare that you're gonna meet a girl that's single, but you're gonna stand out because you did the hard thing. You went up and approached a woman, or you know, set up a really good profile online, a good dating profile, which is what we teach. You have a really good Instagram, right? And all these things are gonna just make you a little more attractive to her, because unfortunately things aren't like how they were 20 years ago, where you could just solo approach, and get a, you know, write her number down and then set up a
Yep.
date. See,
Yeah. Wait 2 days to call her so you don't seem eager. Don't do any of that stuff.
yeah,
Fortune
favors the bold.
Yeah. Fortune favors the bold. Make your move, go out there, make things happen.
Yes, yes. So if you guys are watching this and you're resonating with this, I think really the key point of this video and the key message is to just keep getting out there, keep getting at bats, right? Push yourself to uncomfortable situations, face that fear. You're gonna have to face it over and over and over and over again. That might not be very exciting or seductive, but it's the truth, and we're not gonna, you know, bullshit here, you guys. The dating journey is not a, you know, a 1 month kind of venture. It's gonna be a lifetime experience, but you got to start somewhere. And especially if you guys are like busy, right? Let's say you're working a lot, right? How can I do this? Okay, I got my job, I got my corporate job, I'm making a lot of money. I'm more focused on that than dating, but I want to get my dating life into line. How can guys start to implement volume into their busy corporate lives?
Alluding to what I mentioned earlier, you want to have scalable systems and processes in place. So I'm a huge proponent of online dating. Yes, I can cold approach too. Yes, I can night game, day game. I have plenty of referrals as well. Referral game's a good one to look into. But for online dating, it's really just build the infrastructure once and then let the machine get the results for you. So a lot of times from sun up to sundown, I'm pretty busy, but I have a tab open for Instagram. I have a tab open for the dating apps. I have a tab open for WhatsApp. And then when I have a logical stopping point before I'm about to task switch, then maybe I'll go through there, look at my batch of messages and just move them along.
Okay. See, that sounds super simple, right? And
It
you
is.
can keep
It
that
really
into your busy corporate life. So I know a lot of you guys are like, hey, I don't want to spend hours doing this, right? And so, like, let's say for cold approach example, you can go out, and when you're going to get a coffee, when you're going to the gym, right? You just make sure to have a conversation. You can start small. You don't need to actually go do like a full, like, hey, I want to ask you out, but just start facing that fear and that anxiety, because it never really fully goes away.
No, it just becomes diminished.
Yes. Yeah. What I have heard, I'm at about 1,400 approaches on my journey right now. Our mentor, Nick, who, again, I said in the other video, you'll meet him soon. He's going to be our relationship guy. So he's done over 4,000 approaches. He stopped counting at 4,000.
Yeah.
He's got a house in Thailand. He's got a wife. He's got kids. So he's like 48 now. So he's pretty much graduated from his journey. But what he says is that at about the 3,000 mark, you actually do stop caring. Like,
Yep.
you really stop caring. But that's a lot of approaches, and that takes, you know, a span of 4 to 5 years. So for you guys starting out, just know that, like, baby steps. You don't need to, you know, be the best expert, smoothest cold approacher. I'm still not, but yet I get results because I just do it. I don't even think about it. And in today's day and age, right, like, women are craving that. Women are craving a man to be a man. And this could get us demonetized, but just for saying man, but you get the drift, right? Like, girls actually do want a guy to come and say hello. They might not want to date you, and they might, you know, nothing might ever come from it, but they'll always respect you for doing it. And, you know, at the end of the day is going to start building your confidence that, okay, you know, like, I am a man worth dating, and that's going to translate into your dating life, online dating. That's going to translate to getting better Instagram photos, and it will translate into your work life too.
Yep.
Because I hear you on your calls. Obviously, we're roommates. And yeah, you're just kind of, you're running the calls.
Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier. It is a great transferable skill set. The ability as a guy to know, and in Western culture, a lot of times we're browbeated for thinking this way, that, oh my God, this girl's attractive. I'd really like to make something happen with her, or whatever that might be for you. Is we have this negative stigma that's socialized or beat into us from a very young age as guys, that it's bad to put your masculinity out there on display, or to make it known to a member of the opposite sex that there is a degree of attraction that's a bad thing. You can't say
Mm.
that. You can't do it. And to break out of that shell and realize, like, hey, here's who I am, here's where I'm at, here's where I'm going. I'm interested in what you potentially have to offer. Let's banter. Let's see if we can make something happen. If not, have a good life.
Ciao.
That is something that most guys are unable to do. And if you're able to do that with a girl that you actually want to get with, then imagine doing so on sales calls with someone that you don't even know. A lot of you are already successful in your professional lives, to where adding this to your skill set and then bolstering that collective skill set will really take you to the next level in your business life too. And I've seen that personally firsthand.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, guys, yeah, again, so I think that's going to wrap it up for the day. I hope you guys really took something away from this. And the key, it's very simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. Volume, volume, volume. So just keep getting out there. Keep putting your best foot forward. Face the rejection. Face the one-nitis. The one-nitis will never go away. As long as you're a man and you like women, you will have to deal with, that losing frame and stuff. So accept that that's going to be with you the rest of your life.
And remember too, it's all a part of the process. It's like any new skill that you're developing in life. You're not going to be perfect right out the gate. It really is about consistency, repetition, reiteration, and then eventually you'll get it dialed down. Just like anything in life, when you're learning a new skill, you're going to be a bit rusty at first. You're going to probably have some failures. In fact,
Yes,
you're going to have a lot of
You're gonna
failures.
have a lot of failures.
But eventually you learn, you reiterate from that experience. And then there's one day you just wake up like, oh, I have this down. I don't have to worry about this anymore. Now, if you'd like to start getting to that point, I actually put together a comprehensive framework called the Digital Seduction System. It'll help you really shift your mindset and start to view game in a way that gets results. It's all encompassing. In fact, the first few modules, they really just talk about what is it you want in your dating life. There's some mindset type modules. There's videos on getting your look together, on analog versus digital, to swiping, cold approaching, to collecting leads, to moving leads along, to first dates, how to manage them, how to set up your apartment, anything from a personal fun time hygiene kit, and much, much more. And then also, eventually, a lot of guys have this happen too. Jaron, I got the girl back to my house. What do I do? Well, it's pretty obvious. What do you do? Like, time to get to work, But they don't know how to do that. Well, there's modules for that too. And there's modules how to actually do a good job at putting in that work so she sticks around and keeps coming around.
Yeah. Pun intended on the coming around.
Oh, absolutely. There's a module on that too. So if you're interested in that, be sure to reach out to either one of us. And then if you want to get started or don't know where to start necessarily, click on that link in the description below to schedule an introductory consultation. And if you got value out of this, be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, refer to any friends, ring the notification bell so you will be the first to be informed when we have new videos posted. And we wish you the best of luck on your dating journey.